What is up, everyone? Triple G, welcome back. Today I'm covering possibly one of my new favorite charging companies. Now, we've covered EVgo and a couple others on the channel, but I think this one's going to take the cake. It still hasn't even had the run up that most others got, so definitely consider checking this one out. And if you guys are enjoying the videos I make for you, please drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and if you want some free cool stuff, check out the links in the description. So let's get started. So the company is going to be Tritium, but it's currently under a Spac deal. The ticker symbol is DCRN, Decarbonization Plus Acquisition Corp. II. It's still very cheap. It's around $10 right now. The 52-week range is very small. It's about $9.60 up to about $10.50. So it doesn't have that run up that most others have got, like I said. So yeah, it hasn't had much action. The average volume is only about 562K. I think this one announced its merger when everything was coming down, so it didn't really get that push. I think this one's being overlooked. So like most other charging companies, this one's going Spac merger as well. But I think we can start getting some volume pretty soon. The merger is going to happen at the end of December or January. That's within 2-month window. So I think volume can start kicking in soon. And they also did do some numbers for the 3 months of September 2021. They booked record orders of 55 million, so 31% than what was forecast. And then they also continue to grow their backlog, which is 78 million, and that's 333% compared to last year's backlog. So that's big. They continue to grow, and that's not even the best part of this company. I think right off the gate, I'm going to show you guys, these guys already have partnerships with the Army. They're focusing to bring the electric power technology and infrastructure to the Army vehicles. So this program is going to focus on advancing the solutions, rapid charging, scalability of the infrastructure, in order to help the Army move to EVs. And this is pretty big here, guys. They are the only DC fast charging provider that got selected for the program. So there's a lot of companies out there, a couple, Chargepoint and others, EVgo, and this is the only one that got selected. So the Army partnership, I think, is huge. That happened in late April of this year, but I did find an older article. This is 2015, Tritium and Chargepoint partner up for fast charging across the US. And I think this is huge because, look, the stations will be marked and branded Chargepoint as DC fast charging. So since 2015, Chargepoint has been buying these charging stations from them, and then they're marking them as Chargepoint. So it looks like Chargepoint doesn't make their own charging stations. They're actually buying them and then rebranding them. So along from just making their own charging stations, Tritium is also selling them to Chargepoint. So as they get bigger with their partnerships, so does Tritium. And you can actually look in this image, it says Chargepoint, then it looks like on the right side it says Tritium. If you move down here, the V5, which we mentioned above, is actually a cool liquid fast charger, delivers robust charging. And so this just helps maintain temperature, corrosion conditions, and reduce maintenance and increase reliability. So also their patent charger is also pretty small, lightweight, so it increases location options and reduces shipping costs. And just to specify some of the metrics, they deliver up to 80 miles in just 20 minutes. So that's about 4 miles per minute, and that was back in 2015. So I'm sure things have gotten a lot better now. And you can check out their website. It looks like they have a world premiere. I think it's going to be this testing facility, which they've actually already announced. So we'll go a little bit into that, but just want to show you guys, they have already 41 countries with some of their stations, and 5,200, which is actually an upgrade from, I think, 42, which was on their investor presentation. And then this is just some of the data that they've gathered. So check out their website if you want to see more of their models and all that. It's basically charging station, but I really like some of the stuff that they put up. Like, for example, the market share, they already got over 75% over here, 20% in Europe, and 15% in the US. And I think most of that is probably through that Chargepoint distribution partnership that they've done. And then I also quickly want to share with you guys some of their blue chip customers. Some of the big ones are Siemens, I think, Shell, and Blink. So Blink's doing their own thing with charging. So it looks like maybe Tritium is also selling charging stations to these guys. And we did talk about some of the revenues already for September, so I won't cover this too much, but basically they will have positive EBITDA by 2023, and they'll have free cash flow of 65 in 2023 as well. So that's big. Their margins aren't huge up for this year, but they are going to start growing, which makes sense as right now it's a lot more expensive to actually build these infrastructures, but as things get cheaper, maybe supply chains and all that, their margin rates will definitely start getting better. And then lastly, from the investor presentation, just going to show you guys some of the ownership. So we'll get about 24% of the company after merger, which is actually pretty good. And then they'll get about 300 million after the closure of the transaction. So aside from creating great partnerships, selling their products to other companies, and also deploying their own charging stations, they're also launching their own testing facility. And I think this is big because now basically it's going to reduce the testing time. And just kind of for an example here, many charging manufacturers, they need to kind of have a testing period, and that kind of takes about a week or 2 weeks, so they need to do that in advance. and then if something goes wrong, they need to send that back. So there's a lot of downtime between that. And so having this own testing facility within their house is going to reduce that. And this is just the CEO basically explaining that. So freedom to test a charger at a moment's notice and for as long as the team needs. So that's very, very beneficial to them, and essentially allowing them to create and certify market products a lot more cost effective and rapidly. So that's going to be a big benefit that they have. I don't know if other chargers companies have it, but maybe this one got underappreciated, but this will pay off in the long term as well. Okay guys, lastly we'll go over the chart. Not much going on. Like I said, $10.19 and still has less than 1 million in volume. And then the free float will probably be about 160 after merger. As far as price action, I think it could come down to this monthly open. We also got the weekly here. So $10 could be a nice buying opportunity, especially since a lot of the other companies have had tremendous run-ups. So the Chargepoint's been up to about $50, and then EVgo did have this recent run-up. So on paper, this one looks pretty good, and I don't think this one is going away anytime soon. So a lot of opportunity, especially if we get some infrastructure news, any kind of that. And don't forget that this one has Army partnerships as well as Chargepoint. Well guys, that's all I have for today's video. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this, and let me know what you guys think about this company. Go out there, do some research, and let me know if you guys are going to buy this one. So you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Sonic boom!